Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. And I know what you're thinking. You saw the headline, the thumbnail, and you thought, what? There is a company that might be competing against Ripple? And the Serpent's talking about it? I mean, I bring to the channel what I think is relevant, and I bring to the channel what I believe is information that we should be aware of. Now, today's video is a little bit different. Like I introduced Apollo Fintech to the channel a couple of days ago, maybe 9 or 10 days ago, and the purpose of introducing it to the channel is because I do genuinely believe that it is something worthwhile to bring to you guys, because I don't bring anything into the channel that I'm not personally invested in. But when we talk about the topic, and this particular topic is Apollo Fintech and the APL token a genuine competitor to Ripple, we're going to talk about it, right? And we're going to talk about it from keeping an open mind and keeping an eye out on all possible scenarios. And what I will say is that it's really important in this particular game, the cryptocurrency game, the investing game, to keep emotions and to keep personal opinions aside. Because it's very simple to make an opinion, a judgment, and just say, nah, no one else will ever compete against Ripple. Ripple number one, Ripple forever, Ripple, Ripple, Ripple. It's a wrong approach, no matter how much you like something. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of people were Nokia 3310 fanatics. And the whole world, there were 1 billion people that had Ripple, that had Nokia. And, see, I always have Ripple on my mind, that had Nokia phones. So 1 billion people had Nokia. And one day somebody came around called Apple, and the rest is history. Nokia's still around, but as a completely different company compared to the mobile giant that they were. And so why am I bringing that up? Because when somebody builds a product, a good product, a genuine product, has a good team, good marketing around it, has a solid foundation, good head office, good customer support, you got to take them serious. You cannot not take it serious. And my best advice to you about aplfintech.com and the APL token is to do your homework. That's probably the number one thing to take away from today's video, right? To listen to the Serpent, listen to what I have to say, and then do your own research and come up with where you think it sits in your portfolio potentially, or in general. Like if you think it's a contender, not a contender, that ultimately that decision will be yours. It's not mine. I'll bring you what I think is relevant, and that is that it is being featured across Forbes, Nasdaq, Fox Business, Yahoo Finance, Fox News, Bloomberg, Los Angeles Times, Reuters, CCN. And the reason being that, very similar to Ripple, this particular blockchain that has been built is starting to make news. People are starting to hear about this. And what's relevant in 2021 is to listen to these, the growing momentum of people listening to something, and to do your own research. Because by the time we get to 2022, 2023, it'll be more developed, it'll be more advanced, there'll be more people knowing about it. That's why on the 20th of July, 2021, I'm bringing it to you now. 20th of July 2022, completely different story, right? It'll be a completely different ball game. In the way that it will be placed in the marketplace will be completely different. And so for me, from a long-term perspective, the APL token is for me, that's where my mindset is at. I look at what this company is doing, what they're trying to do. Yes, they are going to be a competitor to Ripple. And when you are a competitor, you are coming in next. You're coming in after. So you do have, obviously, Ripple that has the first movers advantage, and then you have new competitors that come on board. And so, with the NOX National Payment Platform, the NOX Commodity Exchange, the NOX Government Network, the NOX Exchange, the White Label Payment System, and the NOX e-Government, it starts to sound a little bit like Ripple, right? From the way that it's built. So you go, on Ripple, you got obviously, the payment networks, the RippleNet, you got all the resources available that you can check out on the website. But then as you go on the website and you start to look at RippleNet and what it does, decentralized infrastructure, liquidity solutions, you look at enabling internet of value. Then we look at instant liquidity and all of that. It's that you can see the resemblance between what these products do and what the Apollo Fintech team do and the APL token does. Then you go the Knox World Wire, the Knox World Pay, Apollo Dex, Apollo Currency. And by the way, researching this after you watch this video is going to take you some time. The APL token is not a token that you can wrap your head around very, very quickly. And I'm telling you now, because the reason why I'm saying to you that it is worth doing your research is because it is. Because it is actually worth you reading the white paper, understanding what it is and all that. The governments, the commercial products that are available, the consumer products that are available. And of course, as always, when you are researching a new company, a new organization, always make sure, to jump on the socials, hit the follow, hit the alarm bell, and get a hold of that. So when you start to go through the website, you can see the Knox National Payment System. So it facilitates the sending and receiving of country's national currencies on an incorporable ledger without the security, uptime, and transparency issues of a centralized system. Heard that before, right? So this is where the similarities come in. When we talk about the white label payment solution, the Apollo white label payment system allows any bank or commercial entity to take advantage of Apollo's blockchain peer-to-peer payment system. By utilizing this payment system, a business can save a substantial amount of time and resources and gain access to technology that is not only proven but far superior to traditional platforms. Again, very similar to things that you've heard before mentioned by Ripple. And so when we look at the coin market cap and we look at where is this token at, where was it before, how is it going at the moment, how is it performing, and what sort of momentum is there, right? So at the moment, if you look at the watch list, there are 15,840 people that have it on the watch list on CoinMarketCap, ranked at 437 with a current value of 0.001. Now, when we look at the previous all-time highs, it did go way higher than that, right? So it went, I believe it touched 9 for a little bit. And so where it is right now to where it can go in the future already, but just simply going back to where it was already is a big move. But the challenge that a lot of people have is in the marketplace is people jump in when it's like 1 cent, or when it gets to 1 cent, I'll jump in. Or when it gets to 20 cents, then it'll be real, and then I'll jump in. The concept of it will be real or it will be less risky does not make sense. Warren Buffett had one of the best quotes ever, and that is, when something is new, it actually has less risk and less to lose than when it starts to become bigger. So a coin like Ripple that's been around for so long has more to lose than a brand new company that is just coming out in the market that is not even a cent, not even 1/10 of a cent at the moment, right? Or almost 1/5 of a cent at the moment. And so you gotta understand that with your portfolio, of course, there are major risks in going for a company that is currently ranked 437. But if you do your homework, I think that you will agree with the Serpent on the fact that this is a coin that is worthwhile considering for your portfolio. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that what I do on the channel is bring you the information, and then you gotta back it up with your own research, right? But I think long term there is a very genuine case to back the APL token for its longevity as we go into 2022 and beyond. So that's where, for me, the opportunity is. When you look at a coin that has over 1 million people on its watch list and all the things that it does and the first mover's advantage that it's had, of course, you're playing in a different field. You're playing in a different game. You're currently ranked number 7 in the world versus ranked number 437 in the world. So the opportunities are massive. And when you start to do your research, the ApolloFintechMedium.com website is beautiful on how to deliver the information and what's been going on and how the company has been growing, the networks that it's coming on, all the things that are listing it, and just keeps getting better and better and better. The government conversations that I believe are being had behind the scenes. The banks in Africa that are looking to work with the APL Fintech team. So there is a lot here going on. But my point today, is it a competitor to Ripple? The answer is yes. It is a competitor to Ripple. Does it have risks because it is new? Because it is competing against a company that has been around longer? Of course. Where can it sit in your portfolio? Only you can answer that particular question about where it can sit in your portfolio. My job is to tell you that it is in my portfolio, it is part of my strategy, but it is definitely a coin that I have decided personally to have in my portfolio from a longevity point of view. So I didn't buy the APL token to have the token for a couple of months and then go. I think there is a tremendous value in holding this particular token for a long time. And that ultimately will be the question that you're going to have to ask yourself. What funds do I have that I can just sit there and not touch for a year or not touch for 2 years? That will be your question that you have to ask yourself. But before you get to that question, before you do anything, you got to do your own research. You got to look in here, read the white papers, understand what's going on, understand what is happening. And I'd love to know your feedback as well. After you've done all that, come back on the channel, put it in the comments and tell me, yes, I do see value in it. I might not. I love feedback. I love the community that we're building here on the Serpent channel. And if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. As always, thank you. And I look forward to see you on the next one.